This demonstration is designed to introduce one of the new features of R10.1, the Teammate Survey. The Teammate Survey gives audit departments the ability to send surveys to clients or auditors to gauge information that's important to them. For example, you may want to send out an audit satisfaction survey to clients who participated on the audit, or send a tone at the top survey to key management once a year. Let's begin by reviewing how to set up a survey in Team Central. The Teammate Survey in R10.1 can be set up in two places, Team Central and EWP. Managing the survey process is performed in Team Central. You'll notice that the Team Central home screen now has an additional link at the bottom under Risk Assessment called Survey. If I select the link, it'll take me to the survey page. On the survey homepage, we have two tabs, Surveys and Templates. Surveys are created from templates. When selecting the Template tab, you'll see two templates listed. You can have as many templates as you like. Let's take a look at the Audit Satisfaction Survey template. When I open up the Satisfaction Survey template, I can see to the left a list of questions: audit objective, audit concerns, communication. I can have three different types of questions in my surveys. I can have the star ratings that you see below. In addition, I can have multiple choice or text. Once the questions have been set up, you can preview the template by selecting the Preview tab. This is the screen that the participants will see as they're filling out the survey. Now let's go back and look at the Survey tab. In the Survey tab, you can see a list of surveys below. Each of the surveys has a different state. This one, Audit Satisfaction Survey, has a state of created. The second one has a state of published. There are three states of surveys: created, published, and closed. A created survey means that it's been created, recipients or respondents have been added, but it has not yet been published to them. Published surveys have been published, which means the emails have gone out to the participants to begin answering questions from the survey. And closed surveys are surveys that have been closed and will not be accepting any more responses. Let's go into the Audit Satisfaction Survey. This screen looks very similar to the template screen. We have our survey questions to the left. We have our Preview tab. And now we have an additional tab called Recipients. The Recipients tab is where you can add individuals to receive the survey. You can manually add individuals to receive the survey by entering their information: their first name, last name, and email address. And selecting the Add New button. If I want to add someone from the database, I can select the Get button and hit Search. We can also associate this survey with an audit. If I go to the details in the top left-hand corner, I have a section for projects. So if I wanted to associate this survey with the Atlantic Incorporated Review, I have the ability to do that. And we'll see later on how this integrates with EWP. So in this screen we have the audit name, the associated project, and the end date. The end date indicates the last day that we want individuals to be able to respond to this survey. We also can set a description, which is for audit use only, and instructions that will be included in the survey to assist those filling the survey out. So once the questions have been entered, we've previewed the survey, everything looks good, we've added recipients and associated audits and the details, we can publish the survey. It's going to ask us once again to verify the end date. I'm going to select Publish. If we go back to the Recipients tab, it'll verify that the survey has been sent. This is an example of an email that was sent when the survey was published. The email contains a link to go to the survey. This is the survey that the recipient will see. Here we have the title, the end date, the instructions, please complete the satisfaction survey regarding your recent internal audit, and the questions below that we're asking the recipient to score. So for the first one, where the audit objectives clearly communicated prior to audit, they can select Agree. For the second one, my business concerns and issues were adequately addressed during the audit, they can select Strongly Agree and continue filling out the survey. They also have the ability to provide comments. Number 3 says the audit team provided consistent communication throughout the audit. After they've filled out all the questions from the survey, they can save the survey to come back to it at a later time, or they could submit it. Now let's return to Team Central. If we go back to the survey link and open up the Audit Satisfaction Survey, we see a new tab called Results. If we select the tab, we can see each question and all participant results by percentage. So here we only had one person answer, Agree, for the question of were the audit objectives clearly communicated prior to the audit. So since one person answered, we had 100%. We can page down to see the additional questions. And if the recipients left any comments, we can see those by selecting Show Comments. So this recipient left this comment that communication was consistent. Once all the results have been published by the recipients, we can close the survey by selecting the Close button. And if we return to the survey home screen, we can now see that the Audit Satisfaction Survey has a state of being closed. Now let's review the survey options that we have available to us in EWP. Two additions have been made to EWP. In a planning ribbon, we have a Survey Manager link. This link shows a list of the surveys that have been associated with this audit. For these two surveys, I can see that they've been published. In addition to seeing the surveys, we also can create additional surveys in the audit itself by selecting Create Survey. I can choose an option from our templates, which will pre-populate any information that we have in our templates, and I can hit the Next button below. It then asks me who the recipients for the survey will be. I can select primary contacts, all project contacts, recommendation owners, or all recommendation contacts. In addition, I can get or add recipients. After I've added the recipients, I can select Next, which allows me to review the details before publishing. I can see the template that was used, the template description, the survey title, end date, and recipients. And if I'm ready, I can publish the survey. In addition to being able to create surveys and view surveys that are associated with this audit, the Teammate ribbon has also been added in 10.1, which includes a link to the audit survey homepage. And that concludes our demonstration of the Teammate survey, one of the new features in R10.1.